What U.S. state has the longest coastline?
So, is a trick question.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm from Florida, and you want me to say Florida, when the answer is Alaska.
Is that your lock?
Well, now that you're saying it like that, I feel like that's wrong.
Well, no, you sounded very confident, and I'm like, if that is the answer, then let's...
Well,
go ahead, lock it in.
To be the answer. Alaska's huge.
You know what?
Because the only logical answers are California, Hawaii, Florida, and Alaska. And I'm saying Alaska. Final answer.
It is Alaska. So
thank you.
You were right on the money there, Jeff. Starting it off with a genius answer on his part.
Thank you.
Can't fool him.
Not many people acknowledge my genius. In fact, you're the first ever.
I'm the first. Yeah. Well, first of all, how's your the last few days been? We just recorded.
Yeah. So what's happening is I'm going to Cleveland to participate in like a charity golf tournament.
Oh my God! What? I had no idea.
It's not like it's like more of a friends and family charity thing. It's not like a televised event.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at golf. I've played once in the last year.
Now, I saw your Instagram story the other day of your swing, and my one pointer is to keep your head down. Gotta keep your head.
I want to be clear
that down.
I want to be clear that was a joke swing. That wasn't my real swing.
You did okay, all things considered. I watched where the ball went.
It went way past the green.
Which at least it wasn't
I'm a
short.
little bit better than that. I'm not good,
yeah.
But I will say that I normally will shoot about like mid-90s when I was playing a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now here's the thing. It's a best ball tournament, so it's a foursome. It's going to be my dad, who is really bad at golf. If he's listening to this, he's good. He's good at golf. My brother, who's about as good as I am, but he's played a bit more recently, so he should be a little better than me. And then we were like, well, we need someone who's good to be our fourth.
Yeah.
So my brother has a friend from Wisconsin who he's a scratch golfer. He won tournaments, youth golf tournaments growing up. And yeah, he's a scratch golfer, which means he shoots like what you're supposed to shoot. He shoots par on courses. And he's going to be our fourth player, so we brought a ringer.
You have a chance. You have an honest-to-God chance. Wow. I am really excited to see how this goes. Please report back on how this goes. I did not know that's what you were going out of town for.
Yeah, I'm flying to Cleveland.
Got to play sports. Damn.
Yep.
I entered many like father-son golfing tournaments with my dad as a kid, and we always did so poorly. So I gave up that a long time ago. So wishing you luck.
We have to play golf together.
We should. We absolutely should. Have. Yeah. I have the golf. Well, they're not there anymore, but they were back there for a while.
Oh, you're organizing.
I am. I'm finally doing something about the office. Yeah.
It's a great office, though.
Thanks. It's getting there. I need to put this quilt down. But yeah, I was going to bring up this. Well, actually, there's two things I wanted to bring up. There's a news segment I thought would be fun to bring up on this podcast. And it is that Army Hammer is working as a timeshare salesman in the Caymans.
Is that a real story?
It is real. It's been bouncing back and forth because there was someone shared like a photo that their mom took of like him on a pamphlet that was like, "Hi, I'm Army. Let me help you with all this." There was a rumor that he was like working as like a concierge at this resort, and then the hotel reached out to like all the sources and was like, "This is false. This isn't actually happening." But the people that posted the thing were like, "No, this is This is absolutely real. And then there's been a photo circulating of him in like some blue polo, like behind a cubicle working. And a bunch of inside sources confirmed he is in fact, well, one he's broke. Apparently he's out of money. He's living in the Caymans with his kids. And he's working as a timeshare salesman, which is kind of insane in my opinion. I mean,
that's a story.
Yeah.
I mean, what were the alleged offenses? I mean, I know there was the cannibalism thing, but like, there's no evidence he actually ate anyone, right?
There is, so there is an actual like evidence of real cannibalism. There was a short period of time where the FBI reached out to him about some cannibalistic crime that happened in LA near his place, and they're like, Armie Hammer's a potential suspect, and that blew over really fast. No, they didn't really expand on the details.
Of course, that would blow over fast. That's nothing interesting
and then, there. And then there were actual a lot of allegations of people he's dated in the past, and I think his ex-wife that he there's a lot of domestic violence or abuse going on there. I don't know a lot of the details there, but I remember that being the thing that was like, well, that is concrete. That he has done some shitty things, but
yeah,
and
by concrete, we just legally we have to say allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly, that's concrete.
Now, the thing about it though that everyone's been saying is that like there's a lot everyone doesn't know because actors and like people in Hollywood get hit with allegations pretty consistently, and not all the time do like their agencies and like everybody drops them like super fast. But Armie Hammer, they dropped like within a week, like everybody and every product he was attached to dropped him, and everyone's like, there is stuff that we don't know because people haven't seen like I've never seen someone get dropped that quickly, and he has been like silent, like he knows, and I'm just like, it's so crazy to see that he's just doing timeshare sales in the Cayman Islands.
Honestly, if I were Armie Hammer,
right,
what I would do is just tell people that I'm Jude Law, because I always get the two of them confused. So maybe that would work.
True. This is just as devastating to Jude Law as it is for Armie Hammer, because he's like, God damn it, everyone's gonna think it's me now.
Right, like there's really in my mind, there's no difference between the two.
Yeah. But I thought that was interesting. He's just like trying.
You were absolutely correct. So well done, Karsten.
Hammer,
round of applause.
He is living there so he can. Dude, I know. I've been thinking about pulling back the soundboard, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, maybe we should invest the podcast money in like the Rodecaster.
We should. I would be down. Bring it in.
Yeah.
Up the production on this.
Hit those buttons for the sound bites, like my brother does.
I'm
did
just
I ever
like
tell you about what I did when I helped him set all that up for his podcast?
What'd you do?
I went through a bunch of their old episodes and clipped out parts of my brother's co-host, and then made this entire like rant of used clips that made it sound like he was insulting my brother. So then we played it on their podcast. It was just this like rant that it sounded like, since it's just audio, it sounded like he was just going this rant about my brother.
That's so funny.
It was a good bit.
Just getting in on other people's podcasts, causing havoc.
And he didn't know we were going to do that.
That's so good. You should plug your brother. You should put his voice into like one of those AI things to make him like say a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. Because
I mean, honestly, my brother would just say whatever you told him to say. I think you don't even need to get it generated.
Yeah.
But sorry, back to the other part of the Armie Hammer.
I mean, there's not much else to say. It's pretty just self-explanatory. He's a cannibal, living there, so
allegedly allegedly in the Cayman Islands selling timeshares.
Yeah, he's there to spend some time with his kids, where his ex-wife is also.
what that makes me think of is there's a local commercial here in Tampa for a car salesman, and there's a famous Swedish hockey player who's like the best defenseman, arguably in the world, and his name is Victor Hedman. And there's this car dealership where all the people are like, I won't buy this car unless Victor Hedman sells it to me. And then like he shows up with like a pen. So it just makes me think of like the timeshare company where the people are like, I won't buy this timeshare unless Army Hammer sells it to me. And Army Hammer shows up.
Yeah. Dude, that's what's so funny is like the flyer. I have the flyer here and it just says like, welcome to beautiful Grand Cayman. I am your personal concierge and I'm here to help you get the very best from your vacation. And then there's like a normal headshot of Army and it says regards, Army. I'm just like, bro, imagine.
Yeah.
I'd be terrified.
Like, I don't know. Dude, it sounds like he might be trying to lure people.
I know.
To eat them. In like a...
At the islands?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Especially it's like a place that people launder money, famously.
Yeah. A lot of weird stuff. He's just one of those celebrities that it's like he had one of those like very like traditional handsome faces and like put up this like very like good boy persona all these
kind
years.
Kind of like both of
has,
us.
Like, yeah. People don't know me and you have a dark past.
Yeah. We're both cannibals, but we only eat each other. We just like whenever we record the podcast in person, we nibble on each other's fingers.
Yeah, that's why you haven't seen the bottom halves of us in a while. And
it works because then we could commit more crimes because we bite off each other's fingerprints.
Right.
No evidence.
We just yeah. That's why you don't see our fingers either because there's a lot of Anyway,
something like that.
Speaking of well,
I don't know what this I don't know how this segue is going to work. Speaking of fingerprints.
Yeah. Well, actually, scratch all that. Before we get any further, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Scratch
BetterHelp.
That with your fingers.
Yeah.
And now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Does it ever sometimes feel like you're just missing all the shots in life? Like the player in Hustle misses some of his shots in basketball?
Right, like Bo Cruz in Hustle, starring Adam
Like
Sandler.
Bo Cruz in Hustle, starring Adam Sandler. Well, life is full of twists and turns, and it's important to, show up for yourself.
Yeah.
Justin.
BetterHelp Online Therapy will assess your needs and can match you with your own licensed professional therapist in less than 48 hours. I mean, you know me. I'm a huge advocate for therapy. I think everyone should at the very least try it. And BetterHelp is a great place to go. If you want an accessible place to start, if you're unfamiliar with it, they'll match you with a licensed professional therapist and, get you where you need to be.
I've had therapy as well at different points, and I think it is it's absolutely helpful to just, talk through what you're going through with someone who's a licensed professional. And this is a very approachable way to do it.
Exactly.
Some people don't, have the time to do in-person therapy, or it's like more daunting, and this is a more accessible way. It's a nice, way to get into, therapy, and it's something that can benefit yourself for years to come.
Absolutely. And you can log into your account anytime and send a message to your therapist. You can schedule weekly video or phone sessions so you don't have to be on camera if you don't want to. And getting therapy every week is as easy as a few clicks on your laptop or phone. With therapy, it can take a few...
I was going to say it's more affordable than traditional offline therapy. And also they do offer some financial aid that you may qualify for.
Definitely. Yes. And they have a special offer for our listeners. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/kcast. Jeff?
Yeah, that's 10% off your first month of online therapy at betterhelp.com/kcast. KCAST.
Head on over there.
Tell them Karsten sent you.
And Jeff. Okay.
And Jeff. KCast.
Okay. And we're back. And we're here to talk.
And we are back.
what's the movie called? It's just Hustle. Yeah, Hustle. We're here to talk about Hustle. It's a brand new film from Adam Sandler. Well, he didn't direct it, but starring Adam Sandler.
It was produced by LeBron.
Was it really? Interesting.
Yeah. I made that up.
No, I believe you. I think that's let me see the crew. LeBron James producer. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, wow. I think this is our first. No, he's had to have another movie. I was gonna say our first Adam Sandler movie since Hubie, but I think he's been busy. He stays pretty consistent.
Yeah, we've done Uncut Gems. We did Hubie Halloween.
Yeah, this is his
Hustle.
latest Netflix film.
I'm
under
gonna
Happy
trick
Madison.
everyone by titling this episode Adam Sandler and Hustle because I feel like more people will click on it that way.
That's a good idea. Adam Sandler urges Army Hammer and Hustle.
Army Hammer and Hustle. the Army Hammer Hustle. It's like a new cha-cha slide, but it involves like da 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 chow 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 chow. That was him eating someone.
Yeah. Chow chow.
Okay. Anyways,
so the synopsis for this film, it's a 2022, directed by Jeremiah Zager. And the synopsis reads, after discovering a once-in-a-lifetime player with a rocky past abroad, a down-on-his-luck basketball scout takes it upon himself to bring the phenom. For some reason, I scratch that. Phenom to the States without his team's approval. Against the odds, they have one final shot to prove they have what it takes to make it in the NBA. And that's
this is
it.
an
It stars Adam
insane...
Sandler.
This is like an insane description, though.
Yeah, I mean...
Because it takes you all the way to the end of the movie.
It really does, yeah. You go through the whole thing in just that.
This is the entire plot.
Yeah. And the thing about this movie is that it does not throw a curveball at you where you're like, oh, whoa. And I'll say it, that's not an issue.
No curveballs here.
No curveball, just basketballs. That's a different sport.
Baseballs with curves.
Nothing but slam dunks in this one. No curveballs.
And three-pointers. We've actually done a baseball scouting movie, Moneyball.
We have hit, I will say, almost every sport on this podcast.
Yeah.
We've done soccer. We've done hockey multiple times.
Yeah.
Now basketball.
We've done Miracle. We've done Most Valuable Primate.
Have we done a football movie?
Yes. Last Boy Scout.
Oh, yes, we have. Have we done we just need to do swimming. And we should watch Stick It, the gymnastics movie starring, I think, Jeff Bridges sometime. Not Jeff Bridges. What's his name? I think it's... Wait, sorry. I need to get this. It's Kurt...
I don't know. Kurt Russell?
It is Jeff Bridges. Yeah, he plays a gymnastics coach. Bridges. Anyway, sorry. It's a good gymnastics movie. This is our latest.
This is our latest. It's Hustle. Now, I want to start with the Bo Cruz, the player.
Bo Cruz.
Played by Juancho Hernan Gomez.
Yeah.
Now, they are an actual, active basketball player.
I assumed so. Yeah, I'm like...
Yeah, so they're... they were drafted 15th overall a while back, and they're currently 26. And they played last season for 3 teams, actually. They kind of moved around a bit. I think right now they're a free agent.
Interesting. Right now they're an actor. They're on the press tour.
Yeah. I mean, they've played in 297 career NBA games.
Yeah.
And average 5.4 points.
Great, good for Juancho. Star on the court and on the screen. Say that much.
Yeah. Well, the weirdest part is their Wikipedia page. Mm-hmm. It says nothing about this movie until you get all the way to personal life, and it's in one sentence.
That's so funny. That's honestly pretty cool. It's like, oh yeah, and
you're so interesting. Yeah,
I starred alongside Adam Sandler in Hustle.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Now, my main point getting to Juancho is they were really good.
They were great.
For being like just a basketball player who they're like, hey, you're an actor in this movie with Adam Sandler now.
Usually, like sports movies, I feel like they're really comforting and fun to watch, but sometimes the acting falls a little short because it's like you need like real athletes to make this stuff believable, and in the process of doing so, the athletes are just naturally not that great at acting. But this movie has some pretty good acting, like in a way that it like never really took me out. Yeah.
Even like because pretty much the majority of the cast are actual basketball players, like former and current.
Yeah.
And all of them were like pretty decent actors.
Right. I really liked Anthony Edwards. I thought he was. I don't know anything about Anthony Edwards if he's an actual basketball player, but I thought he was great.
He is.
Okay. Yeah, dude. I was surprised at how believable everybody was. I mean, even like the actual actors themselves, like Adam Sandler, he just keeps proving that he's pretty good at what he does. I'm like,
Now, Adam Sandler is like an actual basketball player in terms of he's like pretty good.
Right. I've seen the videos.
He knows a lot about basketball, so I really gave a lot of credibility to the fact that the way he was talking about basketball was like authentic.
Right. It seemed like he was really happy to be doing this movie. Like this is kind of like a little passion project of his. And I'm so glad. It's like it seems he really kind of pulled it off. It's like a genuinely solid basketball sports movie.
Yeah. This movie to me felt a lot like Goal.
It definitely felt a lot like Goal. I
mean, first of all, it was it was like two Spanish-speaking young stars who came from nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is a lot like Goal, actually. Like, a lot of the beats are like Goal.
I kept thinking that. I was like, we're definitely going to bring up Goal here. Almost a year after we talked about Goal, because I'm like, yeah, it's almost the same exact plot.
I mean, the soundtrack's not quite as good as Goal.
Definitely
I say that as someone whose favorite band growing up was Oasis, and Goal, the entire soundtrack is Oasis.
Yeah. But it gets there. It's almost there.
Yeah, it's solid. It's what I'm gonna bring up. Jaleel White is in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which was great. Jaleel White's barely in this movie. Jaleel White probably has like 4 lines.
Yeah. But really, makes a lasting impact.
I want more Jaleel White.
Yeah.
In movies.
There was
really. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say Robert Duvall is in this movie, looking old as hell. He like dies in the movie, and he's like, it's just funny seeing like an unexpected Robert Duvall from The Godfather. And I just watched him in MASH, which incredibly offensive movie for the record, but he was great in the movie. But I was very shocked to see him in this. Queen Latifah. Always great to see Queen Latifah. I mean, like as a cast, which is like you said, mostly professional basketball players, like pretty solidly acted film. Very impressed by everybody.
Apparently, Jaleel White was in something called Our Friend Martin, where it's 2 teens are sent back in time to meet Martin Luther King Jr. at several points during his life.
What?
And LeVar Burton's in this, Danny Glover, Whoopi Goldberg, Samuel L. Jackson, James Earl Jones, Ashley Judd, John Travolta, Oprah, Frank Welker, who is the voice of Scooby-Doo.
Dude.
Ed Asner's in this.
I'm looking at the poster. It is insane.
Angela Bassett.
Our Friend Martin. Yeah. Danny Glover, Whoopi Goldberg.
Can you describe the poster?
The poster, it's like they're like in the sky, and there's like a zapped out like kind of like lightning portal, and there's 2 kids sharing a skateboard coming out of the portal, and in the corner is a poorly photoshopped. First of all, they're cartoons, but the real Martin Luther King is in the corner. There's a watch. A magical movie adventure inspired by the life of Martin Luther King Jr.
Have you seen the ratings for this movie?
They're right down the middle, but most of them are half stars.
It's like, it doesn't make any sense though. Like, what kind of it's just people.
Yeah.
Everyone gave it 3.
Yeah. This
like,
is
normally you see some kind of gradient or something. This is just like everyone gave it a 3.
There's a 2.5 star by Luke Fowler that says drank my first 4 Loco during this, which is a really funny review for our friend Martin. So yeah, I guess we gotta check out our friend Martin next time. It's a tight 60 minutes, just a good mid-length film.
Directed by Robert Brosseau, who also directed something called Race. It's on the high-energy star car racing circuit. Rookie Trance Cauldron and Team Earth are independent, undisciplined, and out to prove themselves. After they stumble onto an attempt by arch-rival team Tagmation to overthrow the Peacekeeping Alliance leadership, the prestigious Star Car Championship becomes a Mach-speed backdrop for a deadly showdown where the fate of the universe hangs in the balance. Trance must push his car, his team, and himself to the limit.
Dude, I'm exhausted just reading that synopsis. We are never watching Race.
I mean, one of the reviews is The Phantom Menace fucks Speed Racer. Watch it. And it has 1.5 stars.
Check this one out. 1.5 stars.
There's 4 reviews.
The rabbit hole that Jaleel White will take you down is crazy.
Yeah.
I should make a video where I watched all of Jaleel White's movies.
Yeah, he wasn't in Race, unfortunately.
He's been in a lot of shitty films, though. I'm looking at the filmography. Who Made the Potato Salad? Directed by Coke Daniels. Jesus. Anyway. Hustle. Adam Sandler. I thought this was a really well shot movie, which is silly to say about such a but it
was very consistent.
The basketball scenes were really the way the camera was on the ground. They were a lot of low angle, running around, and I'm genuinely cool ass cinematography going on. Really well framed film. And I'm which I was kind of pleasantly surprised by.
Kind of like Dirtbag.
Yes, surprisingly well shot by Nicholas Emmanuel. I don't think it definitely, what I kind of said right off the bat, it doesn't surprise you in any way. And I don't think
this is the most formulaic sports movie you can think of, but I liked it.
It's so well made that on a technical side that you kind of get wrapped into it, and it's a nice,
you buy into it.
It's a nice watch. It's
Adam
you
Sandler's
kind of
so engaging that you're on his side. It's like if Uncut Gems, the guy was really well balanced and things worked out for him.
Yeah, truly. It's like if things kept going well in Uncut Gems, and it kind of leaves you feeling
good.
good.
A much more stable person who wasn't greedy.
That said, it's everything is so beat for beat that I'm not ever on the edge of my seat, and it's not the dramatic stuff that happens is that doesn't leave a lasting impact on me. I'm not oh man, so glad for Bo. But that's really not, it just is a good way to, honestly, it is one of the best airplane movies I think I've ever seen. It is the ideal.
Did you watch it on an airplane?
No, but it would. No. But it's it is long. It's a fat 2 hours. Very engaging. So harmless. Could really enjoy this one on an airplane.
So you're one of your reasons for it being a good airplane movie is that it's long.
Yeah, that's one of the best.
So it takes a lot of the.
It takes a lot of time. Yeah, something that's
do you think
long,
Titanic
but
is a good airplane
total.
movie?
Well, good airplane movie, awful cruise movie. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Would not.
That's
but
why
yeah.
whenever I go on a cruise, I in my suitcase pack my own raft.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because they don't have those on the
They don't have
cruise
enough
already.
lifeboats.
Yeah. You're like, just in case, I got my own.
Like the ship's going down. I'm like, I got my own. I'm just like going.
Yeah. That was
great audio.
Yeah, that's.
Everyone always says, blow on the mic more. And we finally obliged.
Someone falling asleep to the podcast. They're like, God, mic blowing. But no, I mean, I thought it was an enjoyable movie to watch with great performances, good cinematography, pretty solid music.
Yeah, good porn joke.
Yeah, wait, more porn jokes than I was. That is the weird thing about this movie is like it's got a mature like edge to it.
Yes.
That you would think it's like kind of a family sports movie,
like
but
a PG movie in some ways, and then in other ways it's not at all.
Right. It's like Adam Sandler saying fuck all the time. He's like, fucking, and I'm like,
and he's like calling his mother a whore.
Like, oh, maybe this isn't for the kids. Maybe this is not the family sports movie we thought it was. But like, that is a confusing part about the film. You're like, oh, I guess maybe, yeah. But for us, pretty enjoyable.
Like this juxtapositioning of this really formulaic family, kind of sports like ascension story.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have the dramatic beats generally associated with like, more of an adult film. Like normally you would think of there'd be like some murder or something. But this is like nothing that bad really happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is like it's an adult movie.
Yeah.
So it just feels like that'd be absurd because it feels like a kid's movie in our brains because it's like this feel-good sports movie, but they don't really make adult versions of that often. I'm
just like, if Bo Cruz's Rocky past was like, he's killed so many people, but Adam Sandler's like, he's such a good basketball player.
He was the best youth player. Yeah. He was the best youth player in Spain. That's because he killed all the other players better than him.
But he's a real talent. We got to bring him to the NBA.
But he's a real talent. Yeah. We got to bring him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really, what else is there to say about the movie? I mean, did you have any other points?
I love Charles Barkley.
Yeah. I like Charles.
He's barely in the movie. He's just, but
good to see him.
Who doesn't like Charles Barkley?
In the movie. It is funny that the credits are mostly just the basketball players in the movie. I watched through all of them, and they're like Adam Sandler, and also everybody else.
I know. And it's just like, look how many basketball players are here.
Yeah. I don't know. It really, as someone who is like, it's hard to, for as many sports movies as we've watched, it's usually hard for me to feel like I care that much about sports movies. Because I'm like, it's sports.
Someone edited the running time on the Wikipedia page of Hustle.
What did they say?
It says 69 minutes.
Good. That's
just the weirdest joke.
Such a funny. Wait, I'm going right now. Hustle, 2002. Dude. This is 69 minutes.
That's inaccurate, but
bro, that is crazy. Someone's like, I'm gonna get so many people because like, who really is checking the Hustle runtime on Wikipedia?
Yeah.
The website's consensus reads, Hustle doesn't have any fancy moves, but it doesn't need them. Adam Sandler's everyman charm makes this easy layup fun to watch. Nice.
I mean, I totally agree with that.
That is, it's
really, why are we even here? That's like
we
the
could just read
summation.
Other people's reviews for like an hour. Call that a podcast.
Yeah. Honestly, I think you're onto something, Karsten. Okay. Oh, Queen Latifah was good.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, Queen Latifah.
I haven't seen a lot of Queen Latifah recently.
Should be getting more roles. She was in some show that they were really trying to push a while ago, and I was like, I'm not watching it, and I don't think it got renewed. But
yeah,
they didn't have that Karsten Runquist pull. that you need for a
Yeah.
Anyway, I as far as like a rating goes, I think I'm gonna stick right to a 3 stars. I'm on the edge of 3.5 because I'm like,
where I was on that edge too.
mm-hmm.
I'm going 3.5 just to one up you, Karsten.
There we go. It really is just such an enjoyable movie to watch if you're looking for something that where you want to know what happens and you just kind of want a movie that will make you feel good. I think this is that movie. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're looking for a lot of porn
on
jokes,
Netflix.
This is the one for you.
Not a lot,
but
I feel like you're overselling how many there are. There's like 3.
Yeah. But that is Hustle.
Now, that's Hustle. I mean, and if you're looking for something where the Phantom Menace fucks Speed Racer, Race, that's your movie.
Yeah, you're
Race.
gonna want to watch Race,
directed by Robert Brosseau.
Yeah. Let's get into questions then. I think it's question time, and these come from the Carscast subreddit. I just posted the July Patreon thing, so we'll start getting some Patreon questions pretty soon. But this one comes from the subreddit, and this first one is actually a question for Jeff, and it goes from Kaspar.
I'm ready.
Kaspar Asriditoskas. I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but it's a question for Jeff. What was it like in Lithuania? When did you went there? When did you went here? Did you like it? Jeff?
Yeah, so I know because I briefly responded to them on our Discord, which is in the description.
Oh.
If you want to, chat with Karsten and I.
Yeah.
So I know they're Lithuanian.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I went right before COVID, so I went on my 3-month European trip.
Yeah.
So this would have been October of 2019. And yeah, I went, so I was in Riga, Latvia. I took this bus to Vilnius, Lithuania, and I was there for 3 days, and it was really nice. It's a great place to walk around, very pleasant. I also spent a few hours in Kaunas, which I think is the second biggest city. It's just a nice old town. And I went to the Hill of Crosses, which is this hill that has thousands of crosses.
That sounds...
It's like a tourist thing where you just walk around and look at all the crosses.
See, I was gonna say that
there's a lot of them.
I like when I hear about your travel stuff because you don't go to a lot of the touristy areas, and I feel like Lithuania,
that is touristy.
But then you said pretty touristy.
For Lithuania, obviously, it's it's touristy for Lithuania, so it's not it's not like Paris or anything. It's a hill of crosses in Lithuania in the middle of nowhere. So I walked around. There was this Scottish guy who I ended up hanging out with, and we just walked around and looked at all the crosses on the hill.
That's awesome.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of crosses on the hill.
Damn.
I wonder if I have a picture on my phone of it. I'll have to find it. You talk for the next 20 seconds.
Next 20 seconds. Well, I asked someone in the Discord. I asked people for questions. Usually I make Jeff do this, but I went in there myself. Also, someone said Jeff really looked at our questions and said, "Nope, not doing this," and which I think is funny. Someone's talking about Chex Mix though, which I love. Chex Mix, best road trip snack. I'm gonna say, and maybe this will be controversial, but I love beef jerky, the teriyaki one. Even though it stinks up the entire car, I think it's a great road trip snack because it's a lot to work on. But I also think Chex Mix is fantastic. That's a good answer.
Look at all the crosses.
Whoa, that is not what I expected when I pictured it in my head.
It's a hill of crosses. That's it's just a lot of crosses.
That's really beautiful.
This was a very small amount of them, and they were all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh, here's more.
Damn. To the audio listeners,
a lot of crosses, right?
Jeff is showing me a picture of a hill of crosses.
It's a lot of them too. Thousands of crosses.
One
of them was made out of Legos.
Oh wow. I'm into that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you love Legos.
I asked I said, anyone got any questions? And so far we have one from Little Liddy Leben, Little Ben, however you want to pronounce that. And it's just opinions on Barry season 3. Now, Jeff, I don't think you've seen it.
Okay, I have not seen it yet.
I'm not going to spoil it.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
I've seen seasons 1 and 2, so don't spoil it. Or if you want to spoil it, wait, don't. Most people probably haven't watched it.
Yeah, I won't spoil it.
But if you do want to spoil it, tell me and I'll take my headphones off.
I will refrain from spoiling because I know a lot of people have not seen it yet. But it is good. It's really funny. It's got like some of the best dark humor the show's done. Everyone is Henry Winkler. It's an amazing actor in that show. Elsie Fisher, Cars Cast alum, pretty big role in the show, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's just a really well acted season. I saw someone compare it to Twin Peaks on Twitter, and I think that's a really great compare. Like it's a lot like the third season of Twin Peaks in that it's very dry in a way that's really like fun to watch. And yeah, it's just really like it's really dark. Honestly, it's like the darkest the show has been. But definitely check it out.
And that's saying something.
Yeah, because it's a pretty dark show. But yeah, it's great. You guys should watch it. I know people have been asking me to do a whole video on it, and I'm definitely not going to do a whole video on it. But I did talk about it in my What I Watched This Month, if you want to check that out. And yeah, I wanted to. Oh, someone's typing, so I'm going to wait this out. But do you? Okay. Errol Gaki writes, "What is your most anticipated movie, in general, or of this? My 2 most anticipated of the rest of this year are." Well, actually, I'll say 3. Barbie movie, which is next year. Very excited for the Barbie movie. Also very excited for the new Noah Baumbach.
Avatar.
I'm actually, you know what? I'm actually kind of excited for Avatar.
I mean, I'm like excited in like for the wrong reasons.
Right. I just saw the trailer.
I'm just like, this has to be weird, right?
I saw the trailer for the first time.
Yeah, I saw the trailer too.
In theaters, and I was like, okay, this could be fun. This could be a good time. Still have never seen the first Avatar, so I'm not...
I mean, it's one of those things where when a movie is a certain level of expensive, I kind of want to see it just to see how they spent all the money.
Right. And sometimes you're like, with Thor, you're like, where did all the money go? And, yeah.
Yeah, or what about Morbius?
Well, I haven't seen Morbius, and I don't think I ever will.
I haven't either seen it.
I don't think I'll ever see that movie. But...
He's a doctor.
He is a doctor. We know that's...
He's a blood doctor.
It's a medical drama.
Or something. Yeah.
But...
imagine just like Grey's Anatomy, but Dr. Morbius is the new doctor.
Superhero. Yeah, Vampire Morbius. Noah Baumbach has a new movie coming out later this year called White Noise that I'm really excited for. And Adam Driver stars in it, and I think he plays like a professor of Hitler studies. And I don't know anything else about the plot.
Oh, I saw something. I saw something about that.
It looks interesting.
Because that's what we looked at for
the Miles
thing. I don't know
the
if
predictions
it was when we
of
were
the Oscars.
previewing...
Yeah. So I'm really excited for that because I like Noah Baumbach a lot. And Nope.
That's good. I thought you were going to say it's because you like Hitler.
Definitely not that reason.
Yeah.
And I'm also excited for Nope by Jordan Peele coming out like next week. And I'm super, super excited for that one because I have no idea what that movie's going to be. I have not gone into a mainstream film this blind in a long time. And he is one of those filmmakers where it's like...
Do you think that Jordan... Yeah, do you think Jordan Peele is making all of the titles of his films like form a sentence?
That's what I thought you were going to say. Get Out, Us, Nope.
Get Out. Us? Nope. It's like a conversation.
Yeah. No, it looks great. And I think that's my answer for that. What about you, Jeff? Any movies you're really looking besides Avatar, obviously?
Besides Avatar, yeah, Barbie is going to be very interesting, intriguing. I'm gonna have to go on Letterboxd. I mean, I'm looking forward to Race.
Yeah.
The 2007 Robert Bresson film.
Movies I haven't seen yet
because I have to watch them now. Yeah.
And
let's let's see. Okay, what I gotta see like a list of what's coming out. How do I do that on Letterboxd?
I don't know. They don't really make it. I guess you could go to films and then browse by year and then do 2020. Does it let you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, 2022.
Oh, right. Release date upcoming. There we go.
What else is coming out? I'm looking at 2023. Damn.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of stuff.
Super Mario Brothers movie. Pretty excited for that, as well as Wonka. Dude, there's going to be a lot of weird movies coming out in the next few years. Indiana Jones 6. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, this is an overwhelming list to look at, honestly. So I think I'm just going to have to go Barbie.
It's the easy answer to this question. Yeah. But I think that is that'll do it for questions today. Thank you guys, the Discord. And we promise Patreon users, well, we're going to start answering those questions as I have finally put out the thread. And I think that's our cue to head into the wrap-up. Starting with next week's movie, which is something we have not talked about yet.
Is it Race?
It's definitely not Race. I don't want to.
Okay, it's not Race.
I'm going to talk Race.
Is it Delgo?
It could be Delgo. Let's think about it.
Definitely do not watch Race or Delgo until we confirm that.
Yeah,
I don't want to make you watch those. That'd be a good prank though. Like we just tell someone to watch like a really bad movie because like that's what we're watching next week for sure.
I guess we'll check this out.
No, we just don't.
There is a new animated film.
We did do that with Marcel the Shell though, where we told everyone we were going to watch it, and then we had to change it because we learned I could not see it.
This is true. Yeah. You know what? There's a movie that came out last year that people have been wanting me to watch for a while, but I've never seen, and it's Mitchell's versus the Machines, and I'm like, I would watch that at some point. Maybe not next week, but we'll think of something
about it.
Next, we like to read a review because we love hearing what you guys have to say. And after last week, we have gotten some new reviews. I'll start with one from Sad Boy Color. Subject line: Enjoy the boys. That's us, I think. And 5 stars reads:
Probably
big fan of the cast. Often listen the night it drops. Jeff and Carson often find a good balance between critical discussion and casual conversation regarding the week's movie. I enjoy when their thoughts don't match my own. Example, the Suicide Squad episode. This cast motivates me to watch more movies, often ones I otherwise would miss. Perfect Blue comes to mind. Enjoyed Carson's silver nails in the Minions episode. Thank you. Please keep up the fun colors. Will Jeff ever paint his nails? That's a question.
Yeah, right. I would.
What color?
Maybe black.
Nice. I give this podcast a time of day rating of all day, every day, specifically Mondays at 9 p.m. Pacific time.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's
a great review.
Sad Boy Color.
We appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Sad Boy Color.
Next, we'd like to thank the patrons over at patreon.com/Carscast. And if you want to...
Who's your favorite patron?
I have no
them,
favorites. No favorites here. All of them. But I was going to say, if you want us to read your review next episode, make sure to leave a review at Apple Podcasts or wherever you can leave reviews for the podcast. We're going to find it, and we're going to read it. But first, let's talk about these patrons. Head on over to patreon.com/Carscast if you want exclusive Carscast content like bonus episodes, Q&As, shout-outs at the end of every episode, Zoom Hangouts every month, and much more. We're always coming up with new perks that we'd like to...
A lot more.
We want to do like a Fall Guys thing soon. So if you want to, I know promises, but just know we're thinking about it, and it would be fun.
Yeah, we're going to try to do some kind of patron game like night or something.
It could be really fun. So, if you want to get in on that, head on over to patreon.com/Carscast, whereas for little as $5 a month, you can get access to some of these perks. And if you're a $15 a month patron, you get your questions read in these episodes guaranteed. just something to keep in mind. You'd also be supporting us, which is great.
Yeah.
So thank you. Alex Thomas, Anson Contreras, any of you incel QAnon 4chan Snyder cut motherfuckers wanna out of line now? A Belly, Big Beard Pirate, Boinks, Camilla, Coop, David Borislow, David Sir, Delgo's brother Delbro, Eden, Finn Richardson, Goodnight Tail, Grant Gow, John Van Hout, Joshua Hughes, Justine from Raw by Julia Ducournau, KDT, Let's Change the Google search results for PTA, Lutriago Ramirez Tamayo, Levin, consider this my 5-star review. Thank you, Levin. Live Rob, Lukewarm, Maddie Robertson, Martin Def, Marilee, Borislow, Meridian, Michael Rennie, Monroe Page, Owen Felton, Pasta, Queen of Staten Island, Quentin Martini, Riley Ost, Ryan M, Sean Kenny, Stella Perry, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, Smitty, Werbin, Jagerman Jensen, Taylor Smiley Face, 10 billion, the raccoon from Airbud 7th inning fetch, Vegard Strom, Wes Kinley, Wiley Todd, Yusuf A, and Zoe Hernandez McDonald. Thank you, McDonald. I don't know what that one of those names meant, was trying to get at, but those are the patrons. Thank you guys. Anything else to say, Jeff, before it's a bit of a shorter episode, looks like, but
yeah, it's only like
a tight 50
minutes,
yeah,
plus the ad that we still are gonna read.
Anything else to say?
Catch you on the flip side.